Right, now this is not really the video quality that I would like at this present moment, and it's not a new unit either. It's exactly the same unit that I've used before. Anyway, oh yeah, it might be, yeah. Anyway, the idea for the renewable energy structures and renewable power, all the units that I've created are inert units that won't work without the advent of electrical current flow. So they've all been designed to be able to be created and made and put together. So there is a unit in transport. Now there is an activation core which I developed and created that fits into these inert units. So the inert units won't power up by themselves, and they do need the activation unit fitting for it to basically function. So the activation unit for the design structures for safe transport of the product, um, so it won't activate and won't switch on, and it won't produce energy or produce light by itself in the sensor. But once you've got your activation core and created your activation core, you then clip this activation core into the unit. Now the activation core isn't a battery as such. It's a brand new design structure for storing energy. Now, liquid electricity and the capabilities of producing a liquid energy and how to stabilize the liquid energy is something which is being developed as we speak. Now, there are many different forms and ways of producing liquid electricity. In space, electricity in its density just turns liquid anyway. Any energy in space that is of a dense energy will turn into a liquid. And we're not talking about radiation, because radiation and the density of radiation is the exhaust of energy. So energy is energy, and the exhaust of energy is radiation. So radiation and dense radiation will always be a cloud. If you get radiation in density as a cloud, it can perform very similar to liquid, because energies in density is really a liquid. So it's a fluid energy, fluid liquid. Now you've got your different types of energy. You've got your neutron stars, so they produce a neutron liquid energy. Stars that use fission and gases, then that is a temperature heat radiation energy. And I mean, radiation density can perform like liquid, but it will still be radiation density and not necessarily a visible liquid, even though it might perform similar to a liquid and behave like a liquid, but it's also a gas and so it's down to visibility. It's down to the visibility and the different types of energy. So we're working with the energy that will create a visible liquid, and the visible liquid energy is the one that you can mix with various other components. So there is the capabilities of storing the liquid energy, or storing the energy from the liquid energy into storage capacity. So we're going to use, even though it's going to be fluid liquid in its function, if it cools, we can design it to produce a solid. It'll still be liquid as such and still be liquid energy, but it will be liquid energy in its solid form and solid state. Now, these are the activation cores for the rest of the light technology energy production units. So the energy production units are designed to produce energy increase, and the activation unit, which is just another form of a battery, really. But batteries you have to charge, and you have to store the energy in batteries. And once your battery is charged, it will then produce the similar result of a boot-up production. So the ones that we're developing and designing now are just activation cores. So they clip and fit into energy production units. So energy production units have their capabilities of stacking. So you stack the units. Each unit will produce an increase of unit energy, and you work on each little unit is a unit of energy and a physical unit of energy, and then you stack them into a design structure which produces another energy increase. So, and then you just build them and stack them up together, and each one is designed to be layered on top of the other one. So the tube of the central tube, which has its own little energy structure built into it. Then you have the outer side of the plates that run on the outside of the tube, which is also another energy structure of energy increase. Then the casing,